Moore, Jennifer Aniston, Scarlett Johansson, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Connelly, and Jennifer Goodwin on the big screen together? What do you get, people? You get that amazing hot cast in the hit movie He's Just Not That Into You. Check it out.
He lost his cell phone.
He says
That's why he never asked.
Ladies.
What do you
He got
think?
stuck in a meeting.
Ladies, hey, excuse me, ladies.
He has a hard time with intimacy.
Excuse me.
He didn't
There's
intentionally
something I have to
stand
tell
me up.
you.
He just went to the
What
wrong
should I
restaurant.
do?
He's just not that into you. No phrase in dating history has ever revealed so much.
The guy doesn't call you, he doesn't want to call you.
And now the book that united single women everywhere has made its way to the big screen with an A-list cast.
All of my friends used to tell me these stories about how things might work out with these dipsticks because they knew someone who dated a dipstick just like mine, and that girl ended up getting married and living happily ever after. But that's the exception, and we're not the exception, we're the rule.
Get ready, boys.
Should you call back? No.
Your code is about to be uncovered.
He MySpaced me.
My trampy little sister says MySpace is the new booty. Come on.
Oh.
Now, we all know women who just cannot quite take the hint that a guy they're into is not really feeling them. And I brought some of my favorite men to help us figure out when it's time to bail out on a relationship with guys like that. We've got comedian and author Finesse Mitchell. We've got Ant the comic. From Men's Health magazine, Matt Bean. And from my new hit reality television show, True Beauty, we've got CJ. Okay, so you guys, have you ever had to tell somebody that you just were not into them, like you just were not feeling them?
Yeah.
Tell me about you, Finesse.
Well, you know, yeah, I would say yeah. But
Are you upfront about it, or do you like kind of just weasel away, like?
I don't say I'm just not that into you, sort of thing. I just run the other way. I don't know. I've always had a hard time hurting people's feelings, but I've always been good at making people feel good about who they are as I tell them to get out my face.
Okay. What did you say? You're just too fine for me. I just, I
yeah,
can't
girl,
handle your fun.
the way your ponytail, the way it start way back there.
That was her eyelashes, though.
You know, it just depends, but.
Aunt, what about you? Have you ever had to tell
I was
somebody?
on a date one time, and we were driving down to Laguna, and it started raining. He goes, I made it rain. I go, what? He goes, I'm a witch. I go, like a broom witch? He goes, yeah, I'm a witch. I said, oh, okay. I hope this date is quick. No. We get to the restaurant. He sees people down on the ocean, because it was in Laguna. And he goes, oh my God, there's some friends of mine from high school. I'll be right back. The waiter comes in like, I'll have 2 glasses of wine. I don't care what he's having. And then, so then an hour, I'm sitting there. I go, so I left. I ditched him, right? That's how I say goodbye. I ditched him. I'm driving home, and I'm thinking, oh God, if he flies over my house, I'm gonna be in big trouble. So yeah, and then he called the next day. You want to do it again? Again? No.
Hell no. What about you, Matt?
You know what? I'm usually good about saying everything but. I'm not that into a girl, but I dated one girl, and here's my rule. I am a one-girl kind of guy when I'm with a girl, and she wanted to become a stripper. She said, honey, if I become a stripper, will you still date me? I said, no. And so she became a stripper, and so I did not talk to her after that. She's sending me dirty camera phone pictures, all kinds of stuff. I had to delete the number. I had to change my phone number. I had to get out of that situation.
Oh my gosh, she thought that the way to a man's heart was like on a pole. That's what she thought.
Something wrong with that?
In some situations it is, but
and what about
not
you,
when it comes to
CJ?
love.
You ever had to break a girl's heart?
Yes, I have. And my golden rule is I like to be honest and upfront. And I say at this time in my life, I'm dating my destiny. So that's kind of like my little backdoor.
And you're like, and her name is Destiny Jenkins, and she lives around the corner?
No. I just mean, at this time, I'm focused on, my career or whatever I want to do, so I just name her Destiny.
You just told everybody your game now, so now they know that Destiny is probably another girl. Well, Keo and Ong say that they want their sister Nancy, who's also PK's cousin, to realize the guy she's dating is just not into her. So, Keo, tell me about your sister.
I just feel that, you know, she needs an intervention from us to kind of let her know that this guy is really not into her. And I think he's like the scum of the earth, and I don't think she should be with him. I worked with him, and he would tell everybody that he had like 7 different girlfriends, he had kids, and here and there, and he thinks he's a big player. So when I found out my sister was hanging out with him, I told her about it. She seemed a little disgusted, but she still went out with him anyways. And the fact that she follows him wherever he goes, like when she stole my car and followed him to Chicago when he left without her.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's just a little crazy, you know?
A little obsessed.
Yeah, and just the fact that he's 39 and she's 19. I find that very disgusting.
Whoa. Okay, and then we have Ong here. Now, Ong, you say that she's gone really far and done permanent things to herself. What has she done?
Yes, going to Chicago I think is very psychotic, but not as psychotic as getting a tattoo of his initials.
She has a tattoo of his initials on her body.
On her body, on her arm, it's very visible, but she told the family that it was just a design. And actually, Keo didn't know until on the trip here. So a producer told her.
that the tattoo existed,
so it's supposed to be like pretend a design.
So and not only is this guy, he's a dad, but he's also...
He's also a grandpa.
Wait, he's a granddad at 39 years old?
Yeah, yep, he's a grandpa, and you know, like
How is that possible? Okay, and we have PK. You're the cousin PK, right?
Yep.
Okay, I know that you say that he is evil.
Yes.
Now tell me about the child's mother. She found out about the tattoo on your cousin?
Yep, through MySpace. It's his baby mama. He lives with her. And,
how much do we love? I'm sorry.
Well, like, yeah, he lives with his
I
baby
love that you guys are Asians and talk about babies' mamas. It's not just black people. I love that. Okay, so she found out that he had the tattoo.
Yep, she found out.
She found out that she had the tattoo.
Yep, on MySpace, and she yelled at him about it. So he called her up and was like, "Why'd you go get that? You're so stupid." Like, what really happened was he gave her the idea to give the tattoo.
Oh.
But he turned it around. He's like, "Why would you even have that kind of idea? I never told you to do that." So yeah.
This is kind of confusing. Anybody else confused? So your friend, who you love, he's dating her, but he has a woman who has his child, who he's living with.
Yeah, but they're supposedly not dating.
Because
but
he's using her.
Yeah. Scrooge had the baby.
Yeah. He's using the
Let's
other
hear
girl
from
who's
Nancy.
living
Come on
it
out, Nancy. Nancy, your family is saying that the guy you're dating is not into you.
Well,
Do you beg to differ? You think he is?
we are a couple, but without the title. And
You're a couple without a
or the
title.
kids, or the money.
well, you guys are just not there for the good times. Like, Keo, you didn't like him from the start already just because she worked with him and said he was a player. And PK, it was good from the start. Like, we all hung out until your boyfriend and him got kind of into it. And Ong just thinks I'm straight up stupid for even talking to him. So,
but sometimes our emotions take over and make us just feel crazy.
Right.
In fact, I think there's even like a crazy chemical in our head when we're infatuated with somebody, and I think there's an even crazier chemical that happens when we're like chasing a man. I'm serious. I really know it's scientific. I just don't know the words or the science, but it's scientific. Tell me when you are with your guy and you guys go and do laundry. What does that mean when you say you're going to do laundry?
laundry, it is our code word for sex. Because one night he needed it, and so his baby mom was in the house, so we had to go to the laundry room. And
the laundry room in his house?
Yeah, no, it's in the apartment building.
Okay.
Because we tried to do it in the house, but whatever. He got scared, so we had to go to the laundry room, and it was good. So every time he calls me, it's like, "You want to do laundry?"
Do you hear yourself talking?
We'll be right back.
So you must be Dan.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Well, I'm actually a Wiccan.
Wiccan.
Male witch.
Right. Oh.
So I also have a magical name. It's Brother Phoenix Easthorse. But I didn't know if that would fit on the card. Love that.
Wow, I'm guessing tonight that I'm going to hear a whole lot about this.
Nature-based, pre-Christian paganism, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So, I think that clip is like mirroring Ant's life in real life. We're back talking about the new movie, He's Just Not That Into You, and that was a clip of that. Now, Nancy's sisters and cousins say that her boyfriend is totally not into her at all, at all, at all. So on top of like going to do the laundry, which means sex while the baby mama is sleeping, which I find so crazy.
In the next room.
When you're out with him, you think he's your boyfriend, but you guys just don't say it? Is that what you're saying?
Right, like, we live in a small town, so people know, like, we're together, but we just don't have the title. But, yeah, like, he does act like, you know, he makes me feel good. And, you know, plays like he's my boyfriend.
Plays like, oh.
It feels real. He does. Like, I think he like, wants to do it.
Okay. Okay, but sometimes you feel like you're like a booty call. That's what you told my producer.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm like his sugar mama or his booty call. Like he'll just, because that's the only time I hear from him is when he calls me and, you know, wants something like cigarettes or a haircut.
Or laundry.
Or wants to do laundry. You know, but,
why don't you know your worth as a woman, though? Why don't you know what you're worth? You're worth so much more than that.
Yeah, I'm confused about what's the haircut. So you pay for him to get his haircut, or do you cut it yourself?
No, I pay for him to get his haircut.
Okay. And how does he look? What does he look like?
I figured it out. I figured it out.
What?
I figured it out.
Oh my God.
He 39, you 19. He from Chicago. He black. He an R&B singer, ain't he? Be honest. It ain't? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I was close, though. It fit the description.
One day, he'll come to his senses, and he'll
My
realize
mind's
that.
telling me no. I'm sorry.
Is he a good-looking guy?
No, like...
Okay, so he's not that good-looking, and so you want to marry him? I'm not saying that it's wrong to marry a
Yes, one day he's gonna come and realize.
It's okay if he's
that,
not good-looking, but so I'm not saying that in connection to you wanting to marry him.
One day
but
he'll ask me to marry me, and I will.
And you will marry him?
Well, like right now I know
He
that.
got to wait till that album come out. He in the studio right now.
Okay, and I want you to.
That's why he keeps telling me to be patient. So I am.
Okay, and no, CJ, somebody say something.
Well, I have a question because in essence, it sounds like this guy's using you as a toilet. He's coming across as like an emotional Geppetto that needs to pull strings emotionally just to affirm himself. Because if he's 39 and you're 19 and you're saying everything that you're saying and you're at peace with it, I have to ask myself, do you feel that you deserve this treatment? I mean, when you look in the mirror, do you feel like you deserve something better than what this guy's offering you or what?
I do. I feel like...
You do feel like that you deserve something better?
Right.
So why would you minimize the type of behavior that this gentleman's, I mean, why would you be accepting of what this guy's putting out?
Why are you going along with it?
Because I think, like I said, like, I think in the long far run, like, he'll come to his senses and...
Yeah, but he'll be 99.
Well, darling. We don't...
But you keep talking about him, Nancy. What CJ's saying is you're talking about him.
We don't need him to come to his senses. We
feel?
need you to come to your senses.
How do you feel about yourself?
I feel like...
Seriously. No, honest. No, be honest. Because you can't possibly feel good about yourself
I don't feel good.
and accept this type of treatment.
I feel like a loser, you know, whatever.
You feel like a loser?
Well, like, for...
Lord, I feel like I need to give you a hug. I'm serious. I'm serious because that is
So why do you feel like a loser?
Like, but I'm not, like, totally waiting for him. Like, if a good guy comes along, yeah, I'll talk to them, but...
But why do you feel like a loser?
I just love him.
It's just a guy this is a guy that is in your life at the moment. And I feel like if you look in the mirror and tell yourself how beautiful you are, because you are, all you girls are beautiful. And your girlfriends who normally will hate on you and say, yeah, girl, keep doing it. You know, no, they're telling you, look, this guy's a bum and he's wasting your time.
Let's see what the audience has to say. Do they think that you guys should, do you guys think that she should stay with him or not?
Oh, God.
So it looks like almost it's unanimous that the audience thinks that he's not into you.
Where's one yes?
Oh, no, not into you. He's not into you.
No, can I know what you know about him now. knowing everything you know about him, would you set your best friend up on a date with him?
Never.
Right.
You just answered your whole question. We'll be right back.
I mean, you know, he probably hasn't called yet. Did I tell you he's a singer?
Mm-hmm. Just call. Oh, honey, no, on speaker.
Okay.
You have 2 new messages.
Oh.
Mary, oh Mary, 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 Mary. Hey Mary, it's Jude. Call me back. Bye-bye.
Amazing. This is good. This is good.
Yeah. What are you called? Jenny. Oh, Jenny, Jenny, Jenny. Hey, Jenny, it's Jude. I was just calling what number did I just dial?
Everybody's talking about the new movie, He's Just Not That Into You. And we're helping real-life single ladies figure out if they're wasting their time with a guy who's just not into them. So now, Paige, you're next. Are you ready for this firing squad of men?
Oh, I think I can handle him.
Okay, let's see. So you've been dating your guy for 2 or 3... You've been dating your guy for 2 to 3 months, okay? Tell me how it used to be, like how... Like he would contact you in the beginning and how
At first, when we first got together, he would call me or make sure I at least had a text message first thing when I woke up in the mornings. He would pop in at work and see me, just like nothing like over the top, but just enough to make me know that he's thinking about me.
Yeah, we know about that early dating thing when you get that text in the morning, you wake up and you're like, and you'll get your text and you're like, ah. And then when did the sweet stuff stop?
About a month ago, it just kind of stopped. I don't really know why.
You don't know why?
Did you put out?
Now you guys, well, how soon did you put out, Paige?
Still have not.
Girl!
Thank you! Good.
So actually, the guys clapped for that. I think the guys like that.
I was clapping because I figured out the answer why he stopped
too.
calling. So I was clapping. I was like, I'm 2 for 2.
Okay, so Paige, when you go out to lunch with him, you go out, you have a good time, but there's something that doesn't make you so happy.
He never pays for me.
Huh?
Never.
So you do Dutch all the time?
Yeah, like no matter what, like if the server will bring one check, he'll put out his half and then like kind of slide it towards me for me to put out my half.
Wow. What are the guys? Okay. You know what, Paige? I'm going to continue. The audience has already made a snap judgment. But I feel like we need to hear the story. We need to hear both sides. So, Rob, come on out here. Okay, so, Rob, Paige is not sure if you're into her. The audience has an opinion that you haven't seen yet. But I want to kind of get to the bottom of this, if you're into her or not. So let's talk about when you guys go out to lunch and dinner and the check comes. And tell me what happens when that check comes, Rob.
When the check comes,
you get cheap.
Sometimes. It's not that I get cheap. You know, I would love, of course, to pay for everything every time. Unfortunately, that's not feasible. I am the stereotypical, cliched, broke college student.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, it's like I said, it's not that I wouldn't like to. I just don't want that expectancy to be there if I start paying for everything every time. Later on down the road, if I don't happen to pay for something or if I don't have the money for it.
So is it not having the money or not wanting to feel used?
She said you've never paid.
Ever.
I paid for breakfast this morning. Thank you very much.
You paid for breakfast this morning. But was it the money that we gave you?
The hotel gave you breakfast for free.
we give our guests some money that, you know, it's called per diem. We fly you out, we put you in a hotel, and we give you a little money.
Did you tell
Actually, Tyra paid for breakfast. Sleep with her.
No, not hello. Okay, now let me take, so we got the money thing down. Let's talk about this ex-girlfriend of yours, okay? So, Paige, tell me about that. She's an ex, but she's still very alive.
She is very alive. I don't think that he's still into her. I just think that he's not over her, per se.
Okay.
And, I mean, just,
I don't know why we have to talk about her so much.
What do we talk about?
Well, like Valentine's Day is coming up, and you know, I was joking. Said, hey, you gonna give me that $300,000 necklace that we just saw at the jewelry store? He stops, dead in his tracks, gets so serious and said, I'm never, ever, ever buying another piece of jewelry for another female ever again, because my ex pawned off every single piece of jewelry I ever gave to her.
Okay, and also, let's also talk about a certain song that came on in the car. You guys were in the car, and there was a song that came on the radio. What song was that, Paige?
Do you really want me to say it?
Yeah.
It's a Twista song.
A Twista song?
Yeah.
Okay, so this song comes on, and what does Rob say when the song...
He kind of gets real quiet and looks at me and then kind of turns his head away and shakes his head, and I was like, what's wrong with you? He said, oh, well, this is me and my ex's Boom Boom song.
Boom Boom meaning...
My man right there.
What? You guys are debating? So CJ, you think that they should, you think he's into her?
Well, I think he's into her simply because this is what I want to say in his defense. He's making a choice or a decision that a lot of people make in relationships. He's allowing the scars from an old relationship to navigate the course of this relationship.
How old are you?
But that's a mistake.
That's kind of good.
So I think, and my initial question I wanted to ask is, are you guys going out to very fancy, expensive restaurants, or are you maintaining going out based on what you can do? I mean,
What type of restaurant are you guys going to?
I mean, of course, it's not McDonald's, but it's not Ruth's Chris Steakhouse either. You know?
So what is it, like Olive Garden?
To where you're not taxing
Is it Olive Garden?
Well,
like
sure,
that level?
Sure, you know, medium range dinners.
Cheesecake Factory.
But here's the big question for me is...
That's kind of expensive.
She pawned off all the jewelry you bought her. Weren't you a broke college student? How you buy her jewelry?
The ex.
No. This is gay CSI right here.
But Rob, but you know what? Something that I want to say is,
CJ, you can't make an allowance for this dude. If he liked this girl, he would totally act differently. He would pay for stuff.
He would prostitute himself to pay for stuff.
Dude, guys make more of an effort for a girl to say, well, I can't ever remember him paying.
Rob,
that's not him being cheap. Not really caring about this girl and still being into the old girl.
Rob, let's be honest.
He shouldn't be moving on with this young lady right here until he totally lets the old girl go.
Are you into her or not?
Yes.
Into her. Are you way into her?
I would say on a 1 to 10 scale, relationships at a 6 or a 7. Not because I'm not into her, because the relationship is still relatively new.
Which is fair.
Okay, that's
which
fair.
is fair.
How long have you guys been together?
A 3-month period.
We're gonna vote again, because by the way, Rob, they all voted that you weren't into her before you came out. Like, you know, okay, so we've heard Vanessa's side, we've heard CJ's side. Let's see, who thinks that he's into her and who thinks that he is not into her?
Anybody change their vote?
Okay, we have...
You change your vote.
It's kind of a mix. And still the majority is not into him. Paige, what do you think you'll do? What do you think you'll do? Do you give this time, or do you think that you deserve a little more?
As of right now, since it is still new, and now that all this is kind of out in the open, give him a little bit more time and see if he can make it right.
You're gonna give some time to make it right. Okay, good luck to you. We'll be right back. The new movie, He's Just Not That Into You, is a really big hit, and our man panel is giving single ladies like Chrissy the skills to figure out when a guy is really into them or already over them but not ready to be straight up about it yet. You guys got it? Okay, so Christina, you got to tell me what's going on with your boyfriend. So you used to like carry your purse when you guys would shop, and it was all fantastic.
Oh, everything was just amazing. I mean, it was just the boyfriend of a lifetime. You know, we used to go shopping, and he'd just be like, "Babe, let me take your purse. Let me, go have fun, shop." And I had to close my hand, and he used to take it, just be like, "Keep on shopping," And it was just perfect. And the relationship was overall just great. And we used to talk on the phone 90% of the time. To, "Hey, babe, let's hang out. We're going to the beach with some friends. You should totally come along." And now it's all text messages. "Hey, babe, what's up? I'll call him, he won't answer.
Text.
Text. Everything was texting.
We're gonna find out how much of that is him not being into you, and how much is it like technology changing? I don't know. Okay, so tell me about gifts. Like, you put all this effort into gifts.
Yes. Gifts, I like to put more creativity than money into it. And
me too.
For, I think it was Christmas, and I had given him a nice sweater, and I actually cut out little keys and hearts, and actually put it, with the sweater folded up in the box. And, I had a sign saying, "You have the key to my heart." And the keys took forever to cut out, and on top I cut out little kites, and I put little kites, and like, our love flies higher and higher each second, like a kite, and just a lot of time and everything.
I got a colonic gift certificate. I did. I swear to God.
And everyone knows that fragrances and lotions, they're so easy.
Yeah,
they are.
He just
put it in a box and said, "Here you go."
Oh, okay. So tell me about, like, you used to go to, like, movies and dinner. Now where do you go?
Let's see. We get in the car, and we have the initiative to go somewhere. We have the initiative to go see a movie, and we end up at Starbucks having hot chocolate and talk, and then we figure out, hey, what are you going to do? And and we just head on home.
Okay, you guys broke up for a little second. You had some time apart. What did he do when you guys were broken up?
We did. It was actually very hard. When we were broken up, we actually took a break. He said, called me randomly. I thought everything was perfect, and he said, "Hey, Chris, I have something to ask you." I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "I think we should go on a break." And I've never been on a break before, and I've never been a fan of a break. But he was so stern about he wanted a break, and I told him I didn't believe in them, and
throw him away.
And I broke up with him. I broke up with him, and he didn't talk to me for three days. And 2 days later was New Year's Eve, and he actually had hooked up with someone, and
they were broken up.
But yeah, we were broken up. But if we are broken up, but don't come back to me saying I love you. You're the only girl I love. And,
okay, we're gonna find out how Garrett feels about this. Come on out, Garrett.
Hello.
Hi. So we're trying to figure out if you're into her or not into her.
Into her.
Into your woman, or your woman that you broke up with, but you kind of got together now.
Was my woman during it too, so.
Okay. Was your woman during the breakup?
Yeah, well, you can't forget somebody like this girl, let me tell you.
Oh, so she's special.
Quite special.
Quite special.
Gee.
Okay, so the guy that...
You sound like you memorized the answer.
Yes.
Well, never even heard that question.
In the beginning, though, when you guys were doing everything, the shopping, the romance, all that stuff.
Oh, great.
When you started going straight to the text messaging, that's when you met somebody else, right?
What?
When you started going straight to the text messaging, only texting her.
Oh.
That's when you met somebody else, right?
Oh, I never met somebody else.
You already knew her.
Oh, you just started seeing her more.
No. This girl that obviously you're talking about, she's a friend in our close group of friends. What happened that night was she had just broken up with her boyfriend. We had just broken up. It was New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, so we were out, not just me and her. It was not planned to be just me and her, it was everybody, all our friends, right? And what happened was the mutual hurt, the mutual anger, it was just fresh.
Misery loves company.
Exactly, and we loved company.
What'd you break up about? You said mutual anger and hurt. That's a deep issue. What happened?
Well, we broke up. See, we were fighting a lot.
About what?
Just dumb things.
What are you fighting about? What's the root of it?
No, it wasn't just one thing. Just little things.
What is the root of it?
Fights.
I could ask her. She could tell me right now. What was the big fight? What was it always about?
It just lack of communication.
There you go. Right away,
effort.
she snapped it right out.
Okay.
And there you. There's a bunch of different things. I wrapped my toothbrush.
Okay, so he's trying to get you to hang out with who right now?
Well, it's quite difficult, but it's really hard to see the person or want to hang out with the girl that he did hook up with. And like he said, it's part of their close group.
You want her to hang up with the person you cheated on her with?
He goes, it shouldn't really affect you. It's time, and she's back with him, and it shouldn't really bug you that much.
Would you want her to hang out? Would you do the same for her if she was bringing around the guy that?
I told her.
She just told you was just huge in bed.
I told her it'd be hard.
Great and just rocked her world, but it wasn't going to work because she likes you and the way you.
I never asked her to see this girl. I knew obviously it's hard.
No, you're not answering his question.
Yeah. Would you like it if it was reversed? Would you like that?
Oh,
Would you feel totally comfortable saying, hey, what's up, bro? So you was with my girl 2 weeks ago? Okay, cool.
I told her I would hate it, but I told her I would if it would be easier for her.
Of course, you told her you would, but it
He
doesn't
invited
exist,
me
so you can just say that.
to the place where they were at.
We're gonna have the audience vote. The majority of the audience says that he's not that.
I think she's messing it up. I think you messing it up, girl. I think he's fine.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Look at that, now they're turning.
I think the majority
I think
of the
she's
audience.
messing it up. I think she's being dramatic, and I think she wants things on her terms, and I think you don't realize that relationship. I was talking. Relationships are two-way streets. They're two-way streets, and you're not willing to go down his street, but you want everything for yourself. Well, you can't have it all.
Did you date other guys when you guys had your break?
Yeah. But I mean, date them.
A gay no!
The girl that he was with, we clearly both communicated with her. It was a close friend.
I see somebody
And
doing
this
a
person over
backstroke.
here, I mean, I went out purposely to get him off my mind.
Yes.
I didn't hang out with that girl every single day and say, he told me, oh, she's like a little sister. So when he tells me that
that's
when
really
we're together, it's awkward.
So do you
Like,
want to stay with him, or do you want to?
I do. Of course I do.
Oh my gosh, then why are you here?
That's what I'm
Because,
saying.
I mean, people always wonder why guys do certain things.
Because we let them.
We let them?
Yeah.
So
Girl, I'm not saying girls don't do anything wrong either.
If this now, so would you say that you think this relationship is a healthy relationship or unhealthy? And by healthy, I mean beneficial relationship should be an even exchange of give and take. Like how is this gentleman being in your life enhancing your life?
He's my best friend.
Yeah, she's in love.
No, other
All
than
right.
that.
We can't help her. It doesn't matter. Y'all
He
can.
came on a show about
Are you
he could
in
have
love
been
with her?
bad,
I'm
and he's here.
absolutely in love with her.
Yeah.
All right.
I
You
love
guys,
you.
good luck. We'll be
good
right
luck.
back. Okay, so our man panel is going to translate something that we're calling manese. It's all the things that guys say that make us wonder, what the heck does he mean? What is he saying? So Alex, she's in the audience. She has a man-ease phrase that she wants translated. What's your man-ease phrase, Alex, that you want a little help with?
Well, when I went out the other night, I met a guy and we started talking. And while we were talking, he mentioned that he was sort of single.
Girl, you got a girlfriend. Next question.
So he's sort of single. Matt, what do you have to say about that, sort of single?
I mean, I think Aunt Nana, it basically means I'm sort of hoping that we can sleep together tonight. I'm sort of hoping that all the other girls don't find out about it. And I'm sort of hoping that you will overlook the fact that this is all really obvious right now.
Wow.
And I'm sort of hoping if you say no that she answers her phone when I walk out of here.
If he says I sort of have a girlfriend right now, and he's approaching you, he may say, I like you, I think you're cute. I'm actually seeing somebody, but that may not work out. But I approached you for a reason. So he could be trying to give you, just opening up the door to let you know the truth. Hey, I'm kind of seeing somebody, but you never know.
They were married.
Always a great foundation for a new relationship.
Lies.
Stephanie has a question. What's your question, Stephanie?
So I used to date this guy, and he used to always have me meet him out wherever we went. So I was just wondering what it means when a guy asks you to meet him out at a restaurant.
Meet you at a restaurant. Okay. CJ, what do you think about that?
I would think that gentleman said, I don't want to own this relationship, and I'm still unsure about you and I as a unit, so I can always have a back door. Why don't you meet me at the restaurant?
Having a back door is not a bad thing, first of all. Second of all, second of all, when he says, let me meet you out, you know what that says to me? My wife is at home.
Or it could just mean recession and gas is expensive and I don't want to take you home after the date. So.
Okay, Lauren wants to know her Manny's question. What's your Manny's question, Lauren?
I've been dating this guy for about 2 months, and when we were talking recently, he goes, how long was your last relationship? Is it appropriate to talk about the past, or is it too soon, or?
Aunt Finesse, what do you guys think?
He didn't say who were you with, he was saying how long, meaning are you long-term dateable? Do people get along with you longer than 2 weeks, a month? So if you say I was with somebody for 6 months or a year, he's like,
he can also
you can date, you're dateable, basically.
Or
you're not afraid of commitment.
He's trying to gauge how long it's going to take to have sex with you.
Right.
That's what he's asking.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what
he'd be like, oh, are you 7 months you dated him? Okay, so she's just like the short ones because I just want to get in and get out.
Really? Oh, I would think that the guy. I would think that the guy is really trying to
agree with
see
that.
if you're into long term because he's into long term. But I'm not a man. I speak womanese. Shayla has a Manny's question. What's your question, Shayla?
Hello. I just started seeing this guy maybe about a month or so, and he told me he's just getting over a breakup. So what is that?
Oh, I've had a guy tell me that before.
This
Trying to
she's
do
been
all
seeing him for how
kinds.
long?
Yeah, how long have you been seeing the guy?
1 month.
About a month.
About a month. What
This
do
could
you
be one
think?
of two things. I mean, this is the world's greatest excuse for a guy that doesn't want to get serious. I'm just getting over a breakup. You could be just getting over a breakup for 4 years, you know? And that's your best excuse to explain to a woman that you don't want anything serious. Or he's really just getting over a breakup. So after a month of this, I'm sure you've realized whether he hears that song come on, that Twist the Sun comes on, and looks far away. So that used to be our boom boom song.
Yeah.
That's when you know.
I think you should be really careful with that. I dated a guy for a couple of months, and he kept on trying to be more serious with me, and like he actually wanted me to fly to Europe to meet his mother. And then, okay, so I was like, okay, so where's this going? I don't know. He's like, well, I just got out of a relationship. I'm like, you want me to get on a damn plane and meet your mama in Europe? Okay, and you don't have time for a relationship because you just got out of one? Honey, run like the wind, and I did. And he kept on trying to chase, and to this day, when I see him out, he's like, hi, and I'm like, too bad. We'll be right back. Okay, so Monifa, what's your question for the guys, the Manny's question?
I usually come across people who randomly say that their ex-girlfriends were crazy. What does that mean?
What does that mean? Because guys always say that, and I always feel like, no, you did something to make her crazy.
Or you are crazy and you try to project.
Yeah.
It's usually the guy is crazy and he's going to say, I'm going to do something or an exhibit of behavior that I'm going to tell my friends you did. Typically.
Or basically he could be saying that, listen, you can get involved with me, but if you start getting like people calling you and hanging up and random emails or harassment, I'm dealing with an issue right now. I probably created it, but I'm trying to move on, and she's not getting the hint. So I'm trying to give you a hint that when I say run and we out, that means run because she's coming around the corner.
That's right.
So he's just giving you a hint that.
And the 3-day waiting period is over.
All right. Anissa's got a question. Where's Anissa?
Hi, everybody. All right, so my question is, anytime my husband and I, we get into an argument or something, I want to talk about it, I want to get it resolved, and he always says, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Snooze button.
What?
Snooze, that's what you do. It's like when you don't want to get up in the morning, the alarm's going off. It's like, oh. That's what a guy's going to do so that he tables that discussion until the next time you bring it up. If you really want to talk about it, put him on the spot and say, no, we're not going to talk about it later. We're going to talk about it now. No
I do that. And
I don't think you're going to get the response you want if you do that. If a guy is telling you he doesn't want to talk about it, if he does it all the time, then that's a different issue. But sometimes when he's like, I don't want to talk about it, you need to give him that break because he could be saving y'all from, you know.
Or he could be taking it alive. You got to learn what the way he likes to communicate with you. Some guys are not the talky, emotional, whatever. You've got to accept that because you got into a relationship with him and that's how he communicates with you.
Don't
so if you force it, you're going to break up. You'll break up.
I'm not into guys that don't want to talk.
You know what?
Don't force a guy into telling you
How in the heck can you say not? I mean, communication is the lifeline to any relationship. So
not at all
if he doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, but you don't have to communicate verbally all the time.
That's right.
Like
if somebody says, I am not ready to talk, I have learned that. If somebody says, I am not ready to talk about it right now, you need to give them the space they need.
Absolutely.
Somebody needs to calm down.
But
somebody even needs to clear their head
had.
and get something. Because you can say anything out of anger and not mean it. Now you're fighting over that.
Y'all about to fight. We'll be right back.
I was going to say, oh my God.
Do you want some help to find out if your man is just not into you? Go to tyrashow.com and take our quiz and find out if your man is feeling you or if he's feeling like there's someone out there that's better for him. Because in that case, it's time for you to move on. All right, Fergie, where you at? Take it away, girl.
Tyra.